Hello friends, today we'll see the implementation of object pass as an argument and object as a return type in C++. So let's begin with this. We'll try to implement the program to perform addition of two complex numbers. So let's see, we'll create one class, complex, which will be used to perform addition of two complex numbers, which consists two variables, R, that is for real, and I for the imaginary. Under the public access specifier, we'll create a constructor. We'll create one parameterized constructor which will be initialize our real and imaginary value. So int A and int B. So we'll initialize the real and imaginary, though R is equal to A and I is equal to B. Next part, we'll create one method which will be accept of two object, that is a two complex number, as an argument, and will return the addition of this two complex number. So we have to implement object as a return type. So the return type of this method will be the class name. So class name is complex. The name of the method will be add, which will accept two parameters, complex C1, that is one object, and complex C2, that is another object. This method will consist one more object, that is C3, which will store the addition of these two. So C3 dot real is equal to C1 dot real plus C2 dot real. Same with the imaginary. C3 dot imaginary is equal to C1 dot imaginary plus C2 dot imaginary. Now the C3 is ready with the addition of real part and imaginary part. Now we are going to return the object C3, which consists the addition of two complex number. Then we need one method show, which will be used to display the value of real and imaginary numbers. So cout this is going to display the addition of real part and this is going to display addition of real part. So that we are storing into I. So we'll end with the show method, we'll end with the class. Then we'll create one void main, which will be used to create an object, and we'll call a method for addition purpose also. So name of the class is complex. The object will be C1. We initialize the variable by using parameterized constructor. So we'll pass one value. The real value will be, let's say, 2. Imaginary value, let's say 5. Another object will create, that is C2, where real value is 3 and imaginary value, let's say 2. This is going to consist one more object, that is C3, which is a default constructor is going to call, and just for this object we have to create one default constructor. So let's say the default constructor complex without any code, because we don't want any error at C3, because there if we are creating any parameterized constructor, the compiler will not create any default constructor by itself. The next part will call a method add C3 dot add, where we will pass C1 and C2, these two objects, as an argument. And this particular function is going to return constructor. So we have to store that inside the constructor only. So we are storing back into the C3, and then the C3 that which is going to store the addition will be used to show the value of the addition. So C3 dot show, which will show the addition of real and imaginary. Let's say ch. We clear the screen. Let's compile the program. One error. Let's solve it. Okay. So no error. So addition of a real part is 5, because we have passed 2 and 3 as a parameter, and in the addition of imaginary part will be 7. So this is the program, which is a simple program to implement, where we are passing these two objects as an argument, and the addition method is going to return the object. So the addition method, we are implementing the concept, that is object pass as an argument as well as object as a return type. Thank you so much.